Ladies and gentlemen, we have. Is this Mason or Macon Backyard Wrestling?
Um, I would say Macon. I don't
Macon.
know.
Okay.
They
It's
don't they don't they don't say it at all in the
they
video.
don't. They call it what do they call it?
GWC.
Yeah,
GWC uh,
GWC
intensity.
intensity. Okay, which wasn't that. This is on the
No, this is
Macon Backyard Wrestling MBW
yeah,
Rampage episode 7 has one match. But it's spelled M as in Mike, Acon. Macon, Backyard Wrestling. Macon Bacon. It's spelled like bacon with a M. How's that?
that's great.
um, I'm just gonna start straight in. I'm just gonna jump straight into this is fabulous.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
This
It was
this
fun.
this 30 minutes went by so fast. And it's the epiphany of what backyard wrestling is all about. A lot of confusion, a lot of off the cuff, on the fly business, a lot of missed kicks. I mean, it's pandemonium. You have no idea who's working with who. I mean, you kind of do. Uh, Luckily, they say most wrestlers' names so you can actually know who they are. Because
Mhm.
that was a big problem. Because I don't think they realized like if you just jump in, you have no idea who is who. And so it started out previously on MBW, Vegas Storm versus Nino Brooks, and Vegas Storm wins. Nino Brooks was holding him down, and Vegas Storm comes back and wins. And then another dude shows up, which is Jacob Storm. We find out later. And as
Yeah.
soon as Jacob Storm shows up, it cuts to the intro. So we have no idea. He's here. Boom. That was it. So I had no fucking idea what was going on. I was confused, man. I'm like, oh shit, what? And then
Yeah, he shows up and you're like, oh, okay, this is interesting, and then bam, done.
that's it. That's it. They had a ring bell effect lifted from some match. I thought that was fantastic. Because like you can hear like the hiss of the background noise that wherever they lifted it from. That was
Yeah.
fantastic. And then we open up with Trey Thorne, a promo talking about having another piece of gold, and he doesn't know who he's facing. And apparently, Hardcore um, is booking this show, and
Yeah, I
this
guess
is
so. And
yeah. Um, so Trey Thorne doesn't know who he's facing, but he wishes them the best of luck, which was really kind. It was really, really kind.
it is. He's a pretty nice guy. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know.
a
I don't know him personally.
oh dig, ow. Well, Trey Thorne is the champ. Apparently, Mr. Hardcore set a match up. He doesn't know who his opponent is, and then Jacob Storm shows up. Jacob Storm is the guy who showed up with right before the intro, and we had no fucking idea what was going on. Now we have Vegas Storm, we have Trey Storm. I'm sorry, Jacob Storm, and we don't know if they're related or what's going on. But according to the match, I don't know. I don't think so. They don't like each other.
The only thing I got from the match is that Thorne and Jacob Storm are pretty much
Friends.
tag team partners,
Yeah. They do the cross
and
across their chest. That's their thing.
no, yeah, but they're fighting for a singles title,
That's right.
and they both
And
want the championship, so that's why Mr. Hardcore schedules the match. I don't like it.
they don't. They're bitching about it. They're not happy about it.
Yeah,
And so Thorne has Usos music, and it's like, it's like when that music hit, in my mind, I was starting to think like, am I foreshadowing? I was like foreshadowing super kicks. I was like, super kicks are a major part of this whole fucking thing. You can't hear Uso's music and not have super kicks. And Jacob Storm's in. He's doing a little bit of a fiend thing. He walks
Yeah.
under the ropes are a little high, the ring's a little low, but they have a ring. They're no longer wrestling on tarps and shit. So that's good to see. I mean, I haven't watched any other matches. I've watched stuff, but we haven't watched it together just to see, kind of like prep myself for this. And they were wrestling on mats or tarps, and they seem to have a ring, and they seem to have functioning ropes,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, and a good mat. And it sounds good. Like the ring and the mat, they sound pretty good. But
Right.
the ref is fucked.
No,
The
yeah.
the the poor ref, I don't know what's going on with the ref. Like the ref is just confused. He's lost. Poor guy. But so they're both in ring. Jacob and Thorne are in the ring. Thorne's got the Usos, the Pusos music, and they just talk to each other. They're like, this is fucking stupid. We're not gonna fight each other. We're gonna go backstage and we're gonna confront Hardcore. And you're like, wow, this is awesome. This is like they're telling the story before any matches, man. There's a whole story going on here, and we're intrigued. We don't know what Hardcore's trying to do. He's pitting two tag team um, partners together, and so they go in backstage and they call Hardcore out. So they like just walk him backstage, and Hardcore's just chilling there, and there's just this
Yeah.
like taller like white dude, and this is gonna play this is gonna play a role later because I said that looked like white supremacy. What was happening on screen? Holy shit! Like Hardcore and Thorne sold that like motherfucker, man.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
that
Yeah. It
promo,
was good.
whoo! But they just went backstage and then they came back out and they waited for Hardcore to come out. It was just like, well, okay, they could have just called him out. But anyway, Hardcore is in there, right? And he delivers a promo like as you can see on the screen here that we're recording, he is holding Trey Thorne's face, and he cuts a promo of how basically how evil he is, and his faction. He says something about stables um,
Yeah.
running.
Like I feel like the OG of the stables.
That's right.
All
There,
all of their stables and factions in wrestling.
and
Wish
he
I
meant that's
was one
right.
of them. Yeah.
Wish they were them. Yeah. NWO wish they were them. The four horsemen wish they were them. And I'm in, man. I'm fucking in because this dude's like so close to Trey Thorne's face. Like I thought they were
Yeah.
gonna make out for a while. And Trey Thorne, after fighting for a while, he just like froze. And this dude, like it looked menacing. And damn it, Hardcore. And Hardcore was cussed and he didn't give a fuck. Man, that was intense. It was a great promo. And then after that, we were both in. I'm sure you were in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, the match, I started writing notes and it got so good that I stopped writing notes. Uh, so there's some funny stuff here, and I'm sure they're not trying to be funny, but even the guy who's recording this is laughing.
Right.
Okay? So there's some funny bits, but this is more than fun. Like, this is not just funny, this is brilliant. It's a comedy of errors in a sense. The match is a comedy of errors,
Mm.
but it's also brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Like, I had so much fun. These 30 minutes went by so fast. So I have okay, I have some notes. Hardcore. Oh, so it started with hardcore with the promo before the match even started. He, so he's like this like towering dude. Looks a little, um, I don't know how to put it. He looks a little Nazi-ish. Um, and I'm sure that's probably not what they're going for. But hey, if you need a villain. But he just all of a sudden just lifts his hand up like he's picking a card from above each of the dude's heads and just kind of like takes it away like a fairy.
I
Like I'm gonna
gotta, I got, I gotta go back. I gotta see what he says because
yes. Okay,
he's
go.
he's
I
taking.
taking
He's like,
something
I just
away. I just took it away from you.
probably originally said man card.
Oh, it's just like the juxtaposition of how he comes off and what he does. It was so it was hilarious.
All
It
right, let's
was,
see.
it was, that's what I was in though. That's when I was like totally in. He takes the cards. I couldn't tell. I asked you, like, could you hear? Yeah, and does he even make the sound effects?
Yeah, he
He's like,
does.
"Bow,
I'm trying to figure out what
bow."
he's.
It is brilliant. Brilliant.
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
All right, what's he saying? What's he saying? There's no way you're gonna be able to
Hold
tell.
on. I just took y'all's. I don't know.
He he
It
took
sounds like he
something.
said. It sounds like he says he. I just took y'all's fans cards. I don't know what that is, but he did the whole chicka. I just took y'all's. I just took y'all's something cards. So I don't know what he was saying.
Oh God, it was brilliant. It's like
Yeah.
this dude went from so you have Trey Thorne is black, and this dude is like camel wearing, blonde hair, uh, just I mean he looks like a you know what I mean, and he literally grabs his face and but before that he did the fairy thing. I don't get it. Like he like that so didn't fit his character that it was just so weird. But he goes bloop, bloop, and I don't know. We try to hear what it is. Man card?
That's what I thought it was originally, but when I hear it up close, he's not. It
Watch it
sounds
right
supposed
now.
to be.
Watch it right now before you don't even have to hear anything else. Go watch it. It's called Macon Backyard Wrestling MBW Rampage episode 7. It's
Yeah, I'm in.
brilliant.
I'm like now. Now I'm interested in seeing the
More.
first episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to start from the beginning.
So if you go to their if you go to the videos, it used to be GWC.
Yeah,
Um, it used to be MEW,
yeah.
and
Meh.
now they're MBW.
Yeah, I would
So
say, well, I don't think they wanted to be called meh.
meh.
Yeah, meh. So, um, so far, dude, it's like I'm in, I'm in. So, well, the match starts. The promo was brilliant from Hardcore. Hardcore leaves. He's not in the anywhere. And then Jacob Storm gets kicked by Trey Thorne. He, and then he falls on the ground, right? He gets back up. He grabs that second rope and flips back over like the fiend.
Mhm.
And Trey Thorne fucking super kicks him in the head. And no selling.
Oh,
None. He just turns like he's like
I'm
unfazed,
pretty sure.
man.
I'm pretty sure if his foot at the extension of his super kick, I'm pretty sure it was like a foot away. So like that's the thing. Like I don't think Jacob Storm knew he was getting super kicked because he wasn't hit at all. Like I don't think that one and then the one later on there's another one, but they weren't even close. So I don't think he knew. they were even kicking
I think there were
to even be able
three
to like
or
to be able to
four.
tape sound that.
I think there were three or four super kicks that Jacob Storm just like, what?
Because I don't think he knew they were coming, and I don't think he knew they even happened. Like that's how far away these kicks were. But
Oh,
still,
and so this and the Usos match, this was way more fun.
oh
But
yeah,
as
sure.
far as super kicks, man, there was no selling of super kicks whatsoever. That was like, and then people just started showing up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so there's a dude in a mask, like a face mask, like a skinnier dude that he headbutts. I don't know what his name is. I try to write all the names down. They didn't really, the announcer wasn't really clear. Uh, and so he comes out and he headbutts Trey Thorne by the ropes. And that's it. And then he just chills around the ring waiting for his spot. The referee, I think the announcer asks the referee, he's like, dude, what about disqualification and shit? And then maybe 10 seconds later, the referee just like, it dawns on him, it's like no disqualification. Oh, the referee was a hoot in this one as well. I, I, he would jump to count when there was no counting. Um, he just seemed lost. He seemed lost there. And then who else shows up? Vega Storm shows up, and he interrupts every time Jacob tries to pin Thorne. And by the end of the match, he was telling Thorne, or he was telling the referee, he would just distract the referee. He's like, hey, 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 come here, come here, and he worked. He's just fucking with the referee. And meanwhile, it's like you don't even know what's really going on in the ring. Did you know what was going on in the ring?
No,
It just kept going back and forth, and I think the story they were trying to tell was definitely between. So these are tag team partners, and I mean they kind of, in a way, were able to achieve that. I think. I don't know. I feel like they were able to achieve the like two partners fighting each other. They don't want to fight each other, but they were still going at each other. Like I think they kind of achieved that. Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure.
What did you think about Vegas Storm? Just like I had no
It
idea. I
was
thought
annoying. It got annoying.
he
He definitely, yeah.
just kept interrupting, and he like the
Really,
referee was so gullible, and he had like a corset.
well, he kicked them out. That
Yeah,
didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. So
no, they.
I tried to go back to get the name of the guy with the mask on. And yeah,
Hmm.
they didn't mention his name at all.
No,
So
no, that's it. It was, see, so heads up to everyone who's doing backyard wrestling, who's recording things. Make sure you name all your people, like every
like
time.
just like what I took from him was I thought like I maybe I might be wrong or I might be right. I might be wrong. I don't know, but I felt like it was someone that was sent by Mr. Hardcore
Mm-hmm.
because he had said that the entire roster is going to be you know punished pretty much because of Thorne's whatever whatever he did. I don't know, William Hart City, but it's Thorne's fault. So I thought he was sent by Mr. Hardcore to um, put some pain on Thorne, but he really didn't. So
No,
he
well,
headbutted him, and then he did
the,
take a kick later on.
yeah.
Thorne kicked him.
So the announcer, whoever was recording this, was laughing his ass off, which was I feel was the appropriate thing. Although these guys took themselves very seriously.
Oh yeah, Well,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I loved it. I loved it. He did call it GWC. That was weird. Not weird, but I'm sure they're
Yeah,
trying to figure out what
I,
their name
I,
is.
I think, yeah, because I think it might be he's used
The
to
old.
calling it whatever it used to be.
This definitely looks like a bunch of friends who got together for the love of the game, you know. Um, he had that feel to it. He had that feel to it, and they were so sincere. Even in their bad acting and everything, they were so sincere. And so I just want to say Jacob Storm loves he'll get hit. So at one point in time, he's working on Thorn, and he got his lower leg. So he hit like maybe he hit his knee, but he really hit his lower leg, and then he hit his arm or he hit his hand, and then he
Mm-hmm.
hit his head.
Yep.
So like, how do you sell from there? Like you got to pick one body part, I assume. I feel as opposed
Well,
to
because
three.
it's
But
very similar to what Randy Orton used to do,
okay.
where the guy would be on the ground and Randy Orton would
Methodically pick
stomp.
them apart.
He would stomp on his head. He would stomp on
Okay.
his arm. He'd stomp on his leg, his other arm, and then you go around in a circle,
Okay, I stand
stomping.
corrected.
Yeah. So that's what it reminded me
Gotcha. Okay, so he was methodically working them.
of. Right.
All right. All right. Well, I don't remember ever seeing Randy Orton do that, which is why I'm bitching about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected. Um, I the demonic thing though, like not demonic, but whatever the fiendish thing where he would grab the ropes and
Right.
just turn.
That was
Um,
that was his like genocide character.
that was it. Yeah. Okay. See. Okay, you
He's like,
got that.
oh, you're making the genocide come out of me.
Ah,
And that was like
got
his
it.
like enemy. Yeah.
All right. I'm glad you're paying attention because, dude, I'm trying to write notes and I'll miss things. Um, okay. So he's got a alter ego. Um, Jacob Storm kind of looked a little bit like Benoit to me. I don't know, maybe because he was short. Uh, all I have as far as notes, I stopped taking notes on the match. Basically ends with Thorne gets upper hand, and then GWC came out, and everybody started coming out to the ring. So even what's his name? Uh, Nino Brooks was there, filming with the phone, getting in the action.
Yeah,
Like I
he was a tall guy.
yeah, yeah. Nino Brooks was in there.
Oh,
Ultimately, like they just went back and forth really. But the referee was the referee was he was still fun though because he was just so clueless. It's like asking your little brother to referee, you know?
right. But he was like a villain.
Yeah. So he was, dare I say, cute. They probably give him hell for anyone calling him cute, but he was adorable, man. He just like, oh, it's no DQ. You're like, oh shit.
That was the best part. Like,
Yeah,
there's a lock in the ring. He's got a lock. Aren't you gonna do anything
that's it.
about
That's it.
this? It's no disqualification.
But that's after 10 seconds of delay.
Which and it kind of makes sense because the title belt that they're fighting for is called Anytime, Any Place. So
Yeah,
I
it's just
I kind of put that in the same category of like the hardcore title, the 24/7 title, where anything goes. So
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, anyway, it became mayhem. Oh, you
yes,
you sent me the Orton stomp.
everyone, yeah, yeah. I did find it.
Thank you. Um, mayhem. Ultimately, it ends with well, Vegas Storm keeps interrupting Jacobs, so they're
He,
they're
every
definitely
time he did
bound.
it, he's like, "Oh, oops, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry." I'm just like, "Oh."
He didn't even care at the end. He's just like, whatever, come here. I gotta tell you something, ref. And the ref's like, what is it? You're like, oh. Um, so they were talking about Jacob's mom. So Jacob's definitely not liked in this group, who's supposedly there. So your mom's watching. Your mom's watching, they kept saying, and she doesn't love you. And
Is
even
that
the
what?
and even the announcer, like the guy who's filming it, was laughing at that shit. So you could tell that this group, like there's some joke going about Jacob's mom doesn't love him. Uh, and so Vegas Storm keeps interrupting all that. And then finally, the masked dude comes in the ring and gives a spinning roundhouse kick, fucking Chuck Norris style.
Yeah.
That missed Thorne, but the kick was great. The kick was awesome. Thorne was like 2 feet off of it.
The
Uh,
breeze. Yeah.
yeah, he
Blew him over.
the kick was so hard. The breeze. That Chuck Norris, dude. That's Chuck Norris 101.
Mm-hmm.
He Chuck Norris the shit out of him. And we got 1, 2, 3, and Jacob
But
gets the
I do have to
championship.
mention you gave a big shout out to Jacob Thorne about his spear.
Oh yes,
You
yes.
said he gave a good spear.
One of the
And,
spears, Thorne wasn't even in like he wasn't in proper position, so it was almost a sideways spear, and he literally speared through him. He did it. To me, the like when I look at a spear, there's two different spears, and then there's things in between, but two very distinct spears. One spear is think of Goldberg. Goldberg's spear he goes through the person. So when he spears the person, he doesn't spin around the body of that person like Edge does, or like even Reigns does.
right, right.
Like they wrap their. I used to do the shitty spear, okay, because I didn't want to hurt my friends that I was wrestling with. But I've been speared before, okay? And a proper spear is a Goldberg spear, which means you don't spin around the dude, you go through.
You know, you know.
And so when you're done with the spear, you're actually basically the dude's on the ground, you're falling forward,
That
okay? On top of
probably
him.
comes from playing football.
Yeah, yeah. And so when I see Edge's spear, when I see Lashley has no reason not to fucking break ribs, but of course, you shouldn't be
Right.
breaking ribs.
That, that
Uh,
rollaway spear.
and so yeah, roll away spear. So that those I used to do a fucking roll away spear, and that's because you don't want to hurt people.
Right.
Uh, Jacob was fucking nailing these spears like a mofo, man. 'Cause he didn't even wait for Thorne to set up. He just boom. And so yeah, he couldn't sell a super kick worth a shit. Of course, at the very end, so Jacob Storm, great spears. That was fun. I approve. 5 stars in the spears. Keep doing them like that, man. It's better. It's better than Edge's spear. Ramen is on and off. Sometimes he hits a good one. Sometimes he hits a bad one. I don't know what's up with that. I don't think I've seen Lashley hit too many good ones. Goldberg hits the right ones.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, Lashley should know. Shit. Um, at the very end, Thorne gives Jacob a super kick, which this time it works. So maybe there's like a certain amount of super kicks that need to happen before Jacob. Because what did you call his alter ego? Rampage? No,
Well, his nickname is Genocide.
genocide. There we go. So maybe his alter
You,
ego
you,
couldn't
you,
take
you,
anymore.
you, you see him a couple times, and obviously he's a big Fiend fan because
Yeah,
he's a lot of aneurysm because he does that thing where he's in the corner and he grabs like Jacob Storm grabs his head
yeah.
and kind of like he's kind of having like a struggle in his head.
Yeah.
And it's like that he unleashes the Jensen and
Jacob Storm was a hoot. He was a
who
hoot. He was a hoot. He was a hoot to watch. I don't. He wasn't like he was definitely. I mean, Thorne was too. Thorne was a. He seems a little uncomfortable. Like just being in there. I
he's
don't
a,
know what it is, but he was all
he's a,
right.
he's a talker.
He's a talker. He
He's a
talked a
talker.
lot. He's a
You know?
talker for sure. He's a
Jacob
good talker.
Storm, when Jacob Storm had to talk, he didn't really know what to say.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he
There
just
was the
wanted to, he
yeah.
just wanted to run around and spear you and belly flop you.
That is
But hey, I
true.
mean, he won.
He did. He's the
He's
champion,
the, he's the new uh, MBW, right?
champion. I
Yeah.
think he's got the gold. I don't know what exactly. I think he's a
Anytime,
champ.
and he plays championship.
That's right. There you go.
But they're still, and they came out of this. At least it looked like still friends.
Yeah, except
Uh,
Thorne gives Jacob a super kick at the
oh
end.
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. At the very end, he did
But
that.
I think he's is like sorry friend or something like that. He leaves it with
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, because he is sorry. This belt's gonna be coming back to me.
Yeah.
So that's
Um,
it. Nice to use
okay.
some
So
fair
that's where it
warning.
ended. I thought it was a whole show. It I tell you the way I measure how much I enjoyed it was when 30 minutes was over. I didn't want it to be over. It went by so fast. I had so much fun. I'm at 5 toilet paper rolls. Highly recommended. Watch, enjoy yourself. Uh, awesome. I'm sure they didn't mean to come off that as comical, but it's okay. I still like,
Oh,
as far as
yeah.
enjoyability, I had so much fucking fun watching this. It went by so fast that I was so surprised when it ended. I was expecting, I'm like, oh, but this is great. There's more to come. And he was like, what? But that's 30 fucking minutes already? So
You were expecting like 4 matches.
I was expecting, I'm like, I'm gonna have to take notes and all this shit. Oh, fuck. What have I done? But it's one match, so the show, so they're mislabeled. They're not clear what's going on. That's a knock. But I tell you what, as far as
But I mean,
enjoyability, oof,
they obviously
oof,
carry over from episode to episode.
yes.
So that's another thing that
Well, we
but
don't know.
obviously they should prepare for people to not see their show and forward.
Yeah,
So make sure you mention everybody's name. Really,
yeah.
he was the only one. That one, the guy with the mask, he was the only one that
Yeah, we didn't know who he was.
he didn't name. Yeah.
But we had to use some deductive reasoning in the beginning to figure out who's who. And
Oh,
Thorne just said, if you don't know who I am by now, you're living under a rock. And it's like 150 subscribers, bro. Like, relax.
yeah.
There's a lot of people under the rock. We're trying to figure it out, Thorne. Now we know.
Whoa, we got some more likes today.
There's a rock. It's just I disagree. I think there's a lot of people who don't even know where the rock is to be under it. So, but those are little minute things. I thought hardcore was hardcore was like what the fuck, like a mix of like this like I don't think he, and I keep using the word Nazi. Let's just use the word
He was a very very Vince McMahonish
yes,
authority. Um, and he's not gonna like drill sergeant,
drill sergeant,
kind
drill
of like
sergeant with very interesting gloves. What the fuck is going on with those gloves? There's like
and I
Iron Man.
saw, I saw in the videos there's a match between Mr. Hardcore and Jacob Storm
Oh, we got to watch that.
in the past. So
See, that's what I'm talking about. Gotta watch that. You bet your ass I'm gonna be getting more uh,
oh,
MBW.
well, they still upload videos. The recent one was 3 days ago.
Yes, hell yeah.
I subscribe to them, so I'll see when they post the videos and I'll watch.
So
So
the Jobbers are subscribed to them as well.
yeah,
Uh, and if you guys are watching this, fuck yeah, we dig the shit out of you. Thanks, that was so awesome. 5 toilet paper rolls. You can't wipe this shit. It's so good. Big D, what do you got?
I will also give it five.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it's
Boom.
it's definitely justifiable. I mean, it was entertaining. Um, it wasn't so crazy where we couldn't go back. Obviously,
Yeah,
I mean, you stop taking notes,
yeah.
so that's a good sign. You don't have to
Yes.
go back and look at your notes really, because
No.
a lot of it was memorable.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, I stopped.
I enjoyed it. I mean, whatever. There's the little miscues and stuff like that,
But those two were
but
part of
then
it.
coming from your point of view, like
Yeah.
you said, with your spear, you didn't want to hurt your friend, so you don't
Yeah.
want to do super kicks, and you're not obviously you're not what you see on TV or whatever, and you don't want to hurt people. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
man,
No,
I
I
get it.
understand it. I mean, that doesn't stop the fact that they were whiffed.
Well, yeah,
Um,
no, it
but I
happened, but
understand. I get it.
there's a lot
It's part of the
I'm like
charm.
I appreciate those botches.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. I do too. I think
Mostly because
they're
they're not getting
sincere.
paid.
They're still
They're not getting
sincere.
right. Exactly. So,
Well, I don't
shout
know.
out to
Like you guys should be paid.
shout out to MBW.
Hell yeah. Awesome. So they're Macon or Mason? Macon? Like bacon with an M.
Maybe we should
Macon.
maybe we should comment on the video
Yeah.
and say, hey, next time say it so we know how to so we know how you how to pronounce it.
Yes. All right. I will. I'm doing that right now. So during the review, I am
Shout us
going.
out and
Yeah.
say and tell us tell us how to pronounce Macon, Mason, Macone, Macon.
Oh, hold on.
I don't
I
know.
am under my personal account. I have to change that. So we are giving them five
10 toes
stars,
rule.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, fantastic. Entertainment value is through the roof. All
Yeah.
right, so you are hearing it here live. Macon Backyard Wrestling. Macon. Episode 7. There's Rampage episode 7. All right. Ooh, I'm caught right where Hardcore is talking to Thorn. I mean, I think
Where you took the
he
screenshot.
yeah, they're so close that he's looking into his fucking soul. And then
Yeah,
you
he is.
have a Nino Brooks just fucking sitting, just kind of like chilling, recording with the fucking iPhone right there. Nino Brooks doesn't give a fuck. Okay.
I wonder if he's filming the IG live on Instagram.
Loved you guys. We're doing a review of this specific show. One question. How do you pronounce Macon? Is it like bacon?
Or Mason.
Mason?
Or
Mason? Mason? Um,
Macon.
keep killing it. Keep killing it, guy. We'll be watching more. MJ and Big D. All right, so I said I love you guys. We're doing a review of the specific show. One question: how do you pronounce Macon? Mason? Is it like bacon or Mason? Keep killing it, guys. We'll be watching more. MJ and Big D. Boom. It's
They
in.
better like it.
They'll love it. They'll love it. Although, it's like they're taking themselves seriously, so some of the laughter and stuff, they might not. But I tell you what, man. Hey,
Hey, to
hey,
have more than one to have more than one episode,
yes.
you're taking it serious.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. And it's like, hey, it's like the laughter part too is part of this. It's fun.
Yeah,
Don't fret over it. Enjoy yourselves.
for
Um,
real.
it's fucking sincere. Everything like I bitch about WWE and their characters when they're not sincere. And here there was a lot of things going on, but there was nothing that wasn't uh, insincere. Everything was
Right.
sincere, and that's huge for me. Ultimately, I was so fucking entertained. I had so much fun. I laughed. I cried. I pissed my pants. This is the shit. This is the shit. Just keep going. Keep doing it. And respect. You guys can check us out at jawbers.com. That is JAWBERS.com. And on the Jobbers on YouTube. And we'll keep
One.
watching
We are the
backstage.
one.
We are the
No,
ones.
we are the one.
Oh, ooh.
There are no others. There are no other jobbers
No.
or anywhere.
No, nobody wants to be a jobber anymore. That's disrespectful. Well, guess what? Jobbers are the most respectful. Well, that's it for us in this one. Anything else to add in closing? This is 10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of
No
10.
time. Yeah. There you go.
Whew, this is the shit. All right. Respect.